Hi everyone, it's Yasmin here and welcome back to my channel where I talk about topics related to health, wellness, productivity, travel, and lifestyle. And today I cannot wait to share with you guys the 10 daily health hacks for busy people. Now I know you have a lot of things to do, so let's get right to it. Tip number 1. When you go to the grocery store and you're about to buy a food item, take around 2 seconds to quickly glance at the ingredients list on that item. Keep in mind that the more ingredients listed there, the higher the likelihood that it is more processed and therefore not as good for us. So we want to watch out for ingredients that we don't really recognize or we don't really relate to food as much, such as sodium nitrate, diacetyl, or hydrogenated vegetable oil, and we want to stay away from these ingredients as much as possible. So if you're to choose between 2 types of butter or 2 types of oats, then opt for the one with less ingredients and that contains more wholesome ingredients. Tip number 2, during your downtime, meal prep. Having healthy snacks handy will lessen our cravings for unhealthy ones. Number 3, try to sneak in as much veggies as you can in your sandwiches, in your fruit juice or fruit shakes. I love using baby spinach for this because you can pretty much add it to anything and the taste is not so strong. So it's especially good for those people who are not into veggies. Number 4, when you're out in a restaurant, try to order meals that are as colorful as possible. Plant-based meals are still the best because of course, you know this, that they have the most vitamins, minerals, and nutrients that will boost your vitality, that will boost your energy throughout the day. Number 5, sneak in as much physical activity as you can in your normal routine. So say you're going to your office or you're going back home. Instead of taking the elevator, climb the stairs, park your car a little bit farther away from the entrance of your building, things like that, because those things add up and you'd be surprised with how much added energy or added exercise that those things can give you if you do them on a consistent basis. Tip number 6, get a little dose of sunlight or a little exposure to nature for around 10 minutes a day. Just a little bit of exposure to sunlight will increase our serotonin and will in turn boost our mood for that day. Tip number 7. This tip is especially hard for me because I love coffee. But as much as possible, it's good for us to lessen our caffeine intake every day. But actually caffeine, or too much of it rather, can be detrimental for us. What happens is that caffeine increases our cortisol levels, making us more stressed. And it can also create great havoc to our adrenal glands. What happens is that when we take in caffeine or we take too much of it, we actually go on this high, but then we experience a caffeine crash afterwards. So instead, we can substitute this for healthier options such as matcha latte. I really love this one. Green tea, fruits, or maybe we just need to sleep it off as well. Number 8. Let's try as much as possible not to have a heated conversation or to read the news while having a meal. Because what happens is that this will increase our stress level, which adversely affects our ability to digest food and in turn affects our gut health. So instead, it's really good, and this is something that I've been trying to practice more personally, is to eat mindfully, like really savoring the food, really tasting the ingredients in the food that we are having. That actually makes for a much more enjoyable meal as well. Tip number 9, since it's so difficult to completely eliminate challenges and stressful activities and things that happen in life, it's very important to find a way for us to manage stress. And one thing that personally helps is to sort of have your go-to activities and to be mindful of them, that at the end of a long day's work or a hard day, for example, that you have activities that make you feel good. Even if it's just 30 minutes a day at the end of the day, that we actually take time to do these things. Some of these things include playing with our kids or walking and enjoying nature, watering our plants even, or just focusing on our breathing. Sometimes what happens is that our breathing is really shallow when we are going through a lot in that day. So it's good to breathe in and breathe out deeply for a few minutes. And also even like prayer and meditation really helps. So just find ways that make us feel good and stick to these activities, and don't feel guilty about taking this time off because we really need it. Life is a long marathon, so we need to gear up for it. Tip number 10, which is the last tip, is to just take it easy on yourself. When you're craving for something, say you really want to have that chocolate cake, or you really are craving for that scoop of ice cream, then have it, but keep in mind portion control, and this has helped me as well. I think we kind of learned this from the French, right? Basically, I've heard about this and it's quite funny, but it's also true. It's the 3-bite rule. Basically, whenever we're craving for something, allow ourselves around 3 bites, because the first bite is usually the best because we've been really wanting to have that thing that we're craving for. And the second bite is also good, but not as good as the first, and the third bite will not improve the taste, so we might as well stop. Basically, I would just say have your cravings in moderation, or try to find a good healthy substitute for it. Anyway, so those are my top 10 daily health hacks for busy people. Let me know as well, what exactly are your favorite health hacks that you'd like to share with me and to the community as well. Type them down at the comment section below. If you do want to get regular updates on health and wellness, productivity, travel, and lifestyle, please subscribe by hitting that button down below. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys, and I'll see you on the next video.